YouTube. So I just got back with some slops for the flat earth chickens here. I'm going to dump them out. You guys can watch them go into their feeding frenzy. There they are. The flat earth chicken piranhas. So I get these slops. Like, there's a farm to table restaurant in the town nearby. And I leave my buckets there and I put the scraps in. So it goes from farm to table, back to farm. They've also been buying some eggs from me lately. Got another restaurant that normally takes my eggs, another farm to table restaurant, a little bigger than this one. And they usually buy all my eggs, but they've been slow lately and they didn't need any. Then there's another gal's got a catering, and she's got a couple food shacks where she sells a lot of stuff. They sell waffle bowls, they use my eggs. And she didn't need any. So I'm kind of flush on eggs right now. I guess I'm going to have to, I've been thinking about maybe giving them to the food shelf. You know, for the poor people. You know, sometimes when I got extra eggs, I'll cook them. I'll make scrambled eggs and feed them back to the birdies here. It's good for them, and they don't know what they are. Which you don't want them eating their own eggs, which sometimes they'll do. They'll get in the habit if they've discovered how good those eggs are. They'll get into the egg boxes and start eating them. And sometimes that'll start happening when in the wintertime, if I'm not on top of it, and I don't get them out of the boxes, they'll freeze, and when they freeze, they crack. And that sometimes is when they get started eating the eggs. Right now, they're pretty good. As long as you keep good food in front of them and pick the eggs up, you're all right. I've had problems in the past, though, where they get a taste for those eggs, and they just sit there and wait for their sisters to lay an egg. They run right in there and eat it. That can be a real nightmare. Then I got to get in and trim their beaks with the dog nail clippers, so they can't break the eggs open. But luckily, this flock right now is pretty much egg-eating free. But they like their farm-to-table slops. And it's a lot of bread and stuff. I dump warm water over it before I give it to them. That softens the bread up. But there's a lot of French fries in these buckets I noticed today, and some hamburger pieces, and I don't know what else they have in there. You know, all kinds of stuff. Coleslaw I saw. But they like their slops. It's good for them. It makes the eggs nice. And, keeps life interesting for them instead of just grain. They get different foods, and they get to kind of squabble over the choice bits. A lot of times the roosters will pick out something choice and carry it away from the flock and then call over his favorite hens to eat whatever he decided that he thinks they might like. So he kind of spoils his favorite hens, but of course there's an ulterior motive. Then he gets the hen over to where he wants her and jumps on her. So it's pretty funny. The roosters do that in the spring and the summer when the bugs and stuff are out, and the grass and everything. And they'll get over in the grass, and they have a special call for the hens, a special cluck that means, "Come look, I got some really nice food for you." Zora's after the landlord's dogs here. Landlord's dogs come down here and try to eat stuff. Oh, here she comes. So she takes good care of her chickens. Hey, I'm making a chicken video.
You're making a chicken video?
Now you're in it.
No, I don't want to be in a chicken video.
All right, we'll cut this part out.
Come on. Nice job, Zora. She's showing off to the camera.
Yeah, well, you know. That's just how she is. Yeah, she doesn't want those dogs near her chickens. But yep. So that's the flat earth chickens feeding frenzy. The place is kind of messy. We'll get it all cleaned up. But yeah, the roosters are funny. They trick the hens into coming. You know, they do find them nice things to eat, and they do let the hens eat them. But then they get their insidious reward, you know, which they enjoy. I'm not sure the hens enjoy it too much. But it's part of the life of being a chicken, I guess. Yes, I could sell my eggs today. It's not even a week's worth. I have 15 dozen big eggs. And then these little ones I got half price for. I had a couple racks of the little ones. These white eggs are the real big ones. And you know, people a lot of times think they don't like the eggs with the white shells, but it's not about the color of the shell, it's about the color of the yolk. And the hens that have that produce the white-shelled eggs, the leghorns, they're really good foragers. And a lot of times those white-shelled eggs have the darkest, richest yolks. It's a little size comparison. I don't know if the color's going to come out. You got like the blue and green eggs from the Americanas and the Aracunas, but they're real good. The little eggs are good too, but they're all good. They get better too when the grass and everything starts to grow, and they have more bugs and greens to eat. So you've been watching the flat earth chickens. Now you see the flat earth eggs. I had about 15 dozen plus a couple racks of little ones, and everybody was flush. Nobody took them today, so I probably gonna donate them to the food shelf. So anyway, there's the daily chicken flat earth chicken update. So yeah, that goes farm to table to farm. You're happy, ladies? And we have that contented, happy noise they make. Looks like there was some kind of greens in there. A lot of bread. Saw some apple cores. Shredded carrots. Bagels. Good chicken food. I used to raise pigs. And they'd eat anything, of course. See this dark brown one here? She's a Welsummer. It's her breed. She's the only one of those I have left. I used to have a bunch of those. Those are known to be real good foragers, and they produce a real dark-shelled egg. It's called a Welsummer. This light-colored one here is a silver Moran or a gray Moran, and they're real big birds. They're dual-purpose because you know, they're good layers, but they also got a lot of meat on them. When their laying career is over, they're worth slaughtering. A lot of times these little orange and white ones they call comets, and you know, they're real good for egging because they're small, but they give you a full-sized egg, but they don't eat that much. But then come time when their egg laying career is over, there's not much meat on them. They're hardly worth taking the time to kill. And these black ones are crosses. They're dual purpose too. Those are for eggs and for meat. But then this one here is a regular Rhode Island red or New Hampshire red. That's a full-size bird. What else we got? This solid black one here is called a black sex-linked cross. These comets, these orange and white ones, I believe are part leghorn. So they usually have white in them. And the leghorns are these white ones, and they're a real small bird, but they are real good. They're like the best layers. They have a long egg laying career. They don't eat much because they're small, but come summer, these guys are the ones that really go out and forage. So like I was saying before, their eggs are really nice. I've got all my customers trained to know that the white shell, they're all now. When I first started selling eggs at the farmer's market, people were like, oh, we don't want white eggs. Brown eggs are better, but I got them all trained to look at the inside, not the outside, and the white leghorns make really nice eggs. Like I say, they'll go farther and spend more time looking for bugs and stuff than the brown-shelled egg layers. And here's the #1 rooster watching his girls. Alright, that's probably enough chicken stuff. You guys are probably bored with chickens, but turns out that this flat earth chickens are going to be part of the program. These ones here, These are the ones that give you the orange and green eggs. These are part Americana. They're not even full-blown Americanas. These small ones here. As I was talking about the other day, these were hatched in the weeds last year. So I got a couple full-sized Americanas around here somewhere. I don't see them right close by. So, all right, Flat Earth Chicken update. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I love you.